Hello and welcome to Jiyo Bangla. I am Advaita Seth and today I have a very special guest with me. Today we have Mr. Saket Mohta, the Managing Director of the Merlin Group. Merlin Group has deep roots in the real estate sector of this country. It has been a key player of this sector and has been so for the last 3 decades. So a warm welcome to Jiyo Bangla, Mr. Mohta.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So much
on
for
that
having me.
note, I would like to ask you that since Merlin Group has been a key player in the real estate sector of this country for the last 3 decades, what makes Merlin Group the Merlin Group?
First of all, I would like to say hello and thank you so much for coming here to take my interview. And I'm thanking Jiyo Bangla as well to take my interview. Many thanks. So, coming back to your question, Merlin Group has been in the making for the last 40 years, and I'm the 4th generation developer. My father's maternal grandfather was also a developer. My father, my grandfather, and then me. So we have been imbibed with a certain values and a certain ethics that have come down from generations. The way we conduct our business, we try to be very ethical and morally sound when it comes to our dealings, and this is one of the big facets of our style of doing business. Secondly, I would like to map our journey as a group from the 1980s, where we were situated in British India Street, from a much smaller office to right now here in Prince Amritsar Road, wherein we have a much larger office. Earlier we started off with doing smaller projects of say standalone buildings of G+4, G+5 buildings of primarily residential in nature, and we have come a long way now in doing projects all over the country, and we are doing malls, we're doing office complexes, IT parks, residential projects, condominiums, industrial parks. So we have a lot of feathers in our cap, and of course our home ground or home base is Kolkata and West Bengal, and we are very extremely loyal to this to the city, and the majority of our projects and our works is situated in the city of joy, which is Kolkata.
So, sir, Merlin Group says that it believes in delivering results when it comes to real estate investments. What are your key mission and vision points that you look out for?
As I just told you right now, our vision is always to be very astute when it comes to our dealings, be ethically and morally sound, and vision is also to do projects which add value to the customers, add value to their lives. For example, when we make condominiums, we are adding a lot of value by upgrading a person's lifestyle. For example, an elderly person who is living a lonely life in some corner of the city in a standalone building, when he comes into our complex, he is surrounded with like-minded people of his age, with whom he can bond with and who he can share his life and experience with. And that adds a lot of value to his life, in the sense that loneliness is a killer, and once he is surrounded with like-minded mates, it actually brings color to his life and actually increases his lifespan.
And Merlin Group facilitates that process.
We are facilitators.
Okay.
So, mission is also to contribute to the GDP of the state. The GDP of the state is a larger picture that we are very much involved in. As you know, real estate is one of the biggest contributors to the GDP in India and also in West Bengal. So we are doing multitude of projects in Calcutta and in all over West Bengal, which is further adding to the exchequer of the government in terms of stamp duty.
Booming the growth of this Bengal in terms of the economical side of
We
things
are doing
as well.
our little part.
Yeah.
Whatever little part that we can play in the success story and the growth of the new Bengal. Yes.
Nice, wonderful. So, what are the ongoing projects that you have in Bengal and most importantly in the city of Kolkata?
We have projects all over the city and all over Bengal. right? Starting from South 24 Parganas, we have a resort called Ibiza Resort,
Yeah.
which is a very popular destination amongst the youth and people from all walks of life and people from all age groups and demographic backgrounds. It is a 200-room facility which has a multi-cuisine restaurants, bar, and also has a lot of outdoor activities for adults and for children. And we also have a big township project surrounding that resort called Merlin Greens. So this is in the Amtala area of South 24 Parganas. And from there we have projects in Behala, we have projects in central Calcutta, we have done multiple IT parks in Sector 5, we have running malls like Acropolis Mall, which is a running mall in Kasbah area, and it also has an office complex on top of that. So, as I had earlier mentioned,
One of the happening places of the city.
yes, thank you so much. And in North 24 Parganas, I'm doing a project called Rise,
Okay.
in which I have tied up with sports personalities such as Michael Phelps, Ronaldinho, Yuvraj Singh,
It's wonderful.
and Tiger Shroff for their respective academies.
Okay.
So, as you know, sports is a very important part of our Bengali culture. Football is in the blood of all Bengalis, and we are also trying to do our little bit so that our children, the sons and the daughters of Bengal, can actually kind of play in these academies, learn and grow in these academies, and who knows, may become the next superstar on the Indian stage or the world stage. So yes, so we do projects which are passionate. We do projects which add value to our people of Bengal, and yeah, this is what we strive to do. Yes.
When it comes to running projects in Bengal, what are the things that you love the most about Bengal?
The ease of doing business has really improved in the last 10 to 12 years since the advent of the current government. This is one aspect that I like about doing business in Bengal, because the bureaucrats right now in various departments are very proactive to help us in getting our permissions, our sanctions, or if we face any problem, they are very proactive in helping us out. Secondly, we have ready availability of manpower, qualified people, qualified engineers, chartered accountants, architects. Since there are so many universities in Bengal, it is rich with a lot of intellectual people. So we get that manpower to work for us, which is not readily available in other states. And thirdly, the climate of West Bengal is it's not extreme, it's moderate that way. So that also helps in contributing to the productivity of employees. Fourthly, water surplus state. West Bengal is a water surplus state. So these things are not spoken about very much in media, but these things are very important because some of these basic amenities are lacking in other states. Fourthly, the infrastructure of Calcutta and West Bengal has really grown in the last 8 to 10 years. As you know, Newtown, Sector 5, and through this EM bypass has been broadened, Ma flyover has been
Has come up,
inaugurated.
yes.
So a lot of flyovers have come up, metro projects all over the city are coming up. So a lot of infrastructure growth is there. This facilitates us real estate developers
To invest more in this
invest more,
state.
and the ease of doing business is there. So yes, these are some points that
That's very nice to hear.
Yeah.
So, at what scale are you providing employment to the youth of Bengal? Do you think there's increased opportunities left in Bengal?
There were and there still are many opportunities in Bengal. Bengal has a huge population, and this population can really be tapped into.
An able population.
Yeah, huge and able, young, youthful, educated. So yes, you just need to pick the right business and strive towards it to make it. Like, I am an example. Like, we started off as a medium-sized company, and today in the last 8 to 10 years, I'm very happy and proud to say that we made a huge growth, and that is all credit to the people of Bengal, because they have subscribed to our brand. They have trusted, put a faith in our brand, in our homes, in our office complexes. They are the ones who have made us what we are today. So yes, there is a lot of scope in terms of entrepreneurship in Bengal, and there will be. And as I had earlier mentioned, the ready available resources that are there with us today, they can be further used to further expand the business here.
Okay. So, sir, at what scale is Merlin Group providing employment to the youth of Bengal? Do you think there are more opportunities?
We are currently having more than 500 people in our head office itself, and we have more people who we employ indirectly, which are the laborers that are working on 20 plus construction sites that we have on right now. So if you take an average of 100 people, 150 people, we are having around 3,000 people working on our construction sites as laborers. Secondly, we also are indirectly employing a lot of people in our shopping malls and in our retail sector. The people who are working in the various shops that we have leased out, they are also indirectly employed by us. So that's around 5,000 people. Thirdly, we are also engaging a lot of consultants such as architects, MEP engineers, facade consultants, electrical consultants, fire consultants. So they are also having their shop here in West Bengal, and they are also employing a lot of people. So as a company, we are directly and indirectly employing more than 5,000 people in West Bengal. And also I would be prudent to mention the project that we are doing called RISE, which is a sports township, which will have academies of various personalities, sports personalities. So the academies itself will employ around 100-150 people, and we'll have a hospital, a healthcare unit there, a shopping mall there. So that township is also going to be a big employment generator, and we plan to do more such townships in West Bengal in future, which will further generate more employment.
So how did Merlin Group deal with the Covid-19 pandemic crisis? How tough were those days?
Covid-19 pandemic was very tough and stressful on everybody. Also, we as a business were quite stressed because we had to shutter down our offices, close our construction sites, and sales were hampered, productivity was hampered. We still continued to pay salaries, we still continued to pay our loans, whatever we had. So it was a tough time, but we did try and make use of the time in a different way. We tried to make sales happen through video, through Zoom. We tried to do our meetings on Zoom. We tried to be a little productive in the COVID period. Most importantly, we used this period to vaccinate each and every person in our organization in a very timely fashion, which was the number one priority for us. Number one priority for us was the health and safety of our employees. Then the sales came, and then the production came. So
You also undertook activities to help people.
yes, we did undertake those activities. We did some food distribution to some of the far-flung areas of the state in which people were not getting daily wage workers were not getting employment, and they were running scarce on food. So we did some distribution. Also in the second wave, when oxygen became a big issue, we have provided a lot of oxygen cylinders to various people who have needed it.
Give us some more insight into the CSR activities of Merlin Group. What are the activities that you undertake?
CSR is something which runs in our family, and it was started by my grandfather, and my father continued, and I am just continuing the same, just holding the baton for them. And we have started a organization called I Am Kolkata, which is a CSR arm of Merlin Group, in which we have done various activities. Couple of activities I would like to mention here is we have done mangrove plantation. After the Amphan, a lot of the trees in the Sundarbans and all were damaged, and because of the trees being damaged, it was causing a lot of environmental damage and direct damage to the people, inhabitants of the Sundarban, and environmental damage overall to West Bengal. So we have done a lot of plantation exercise there, and which has given a lot of satisfaction in terms of restoring a little bit of that plantation that was lost during the cyclones. Secondly, we did a waste segregation, separation, and reuse, upskilling
Recycling.
and reuse, recycling project, in which we engaged one society in Newtown to segregate their waste properly, and the waste was segregated them by them. And then after that, we have engaged some self-help groups from the rural areas, some women, self-help group women, to convert those waste into useful products such as lamps or mugs, which are usable
For a
and
sustainable, better future.
Yes, for a sustainable end use in future. And I'm very happy to say that the activity was ended very successfully.
Okay. Mr. Mohta, I'd like to ask you this personal question. What's your perspective when it comes to entrepreneurship scopes in India and in Bengal?
As we can see after the COVID pandemic, the number of startups and the number of ventures have really mushroomed all over India, starting from Bangalore to Delhi to Mumbai. Every one of these cities is buzzing with a lot of startups, and a lot of investment is coming in terms of FDI into these startups from SoftBank and other such investment banking firms and hedge funds. So this sector is really booming, and even today in the morning I read an article in which a lot of investment, a lot of positivity was shown when it comes to investment in these startups, and Bangalore has emerged as the Silicon Valley of India. So that is one aspect which is got a very good future for India, because India has got a huge population, a lot of
Educated
a
individuals.
lot of mass that can be tapped into. It's a mass market. So these startups such as Swiggy or Zomato or Uber, Paytm and such are tapping into this mass market and developing products, developing apps which cater to the masses. And when it caters to the masses, naturally, when you deal in volumes, then the sales multiplies, and it really translates into the growth of the GDP. Secondly, even the brick and mortar businesses such as the one that I am in, real estate, which has really gotten much better post-COVID.
It's a booming sector now, yeah.
I would say it's booming, but it is much better from pre-COVID levels. So we can see that because people have realized the value of a home, staying indoors in the COVID period, in the lockdown, they have realized that they would need a better home or a bigger home or community living. So that has also springboarded the economy. As you know, real estate is the second largest employer of the country after agriculture. So it is the second largest contributor to the GDP as well. So once real estate booms, other industries allied such as cement, steel, everything goes with real estate. They start increasing their prices, they start increasing their production. So it is like
They
a
grow simultaneously.
fire starter for the economy. So the startup ecosystem, the real estate ecosystem, the industries have made a comeback. The heavy engineering industries, the automotive industries, they are doing pretty well. And lastly, even the IT sector, which is a large sector such as TCS, Infosys, they have also increased their hiring in the last few days, which are key indicators that they are also growing. So India's growth story is just starting. The GDP is growing at a high rate. So
It's a long way to go.
It's a long way to go, and it's always a journey, not a destination. And the journey so far is growing very strong, and hopefully in future we will overtake the UK. We have already overtaken UK, and we will overtake other countries also and become one of the leading economies of the world.
Thank you, Mr. Mohta, for giving us this opportunity to interact with you.
Thank you to the viewers.
I believe the viewers have also loved watching this video.
Happy Puja, bhalo thakben, and thank you so much.
For more such videos, keep watching Jiyo Bangla.